in a room with them where distancing may not be possible at all times. With respect to our COVID-19 response, I know that one topic of great interest to Albertans is our contact tracing system. Alberta Health Services continues to bolster the number of contact tracers helping to protect Albertans. They now have about 1,200 contact tracers and are on track to have close to 1,600 by the end of the year. The contact tracing team will continue to work day and night throughout the holidays, and I want to acknowledge their hard work and thank them. COVID-19 obviously doesn't take a break, and I'm extremely grateful to all of our healthcare workers who are spending this season caring for patients and responding to the pandemic. During the next week and a half, AHS will continue to carry out case investigations and contact tracing for cases, including those in students and school staff. As per their usual process, AHS will ask school administration to provide class lists and contact information for close contacts to help notify those who may have been exposed. However, there will be some instances where school administrative staff are not available during the holiday period. In these cases, AHS will not be able to contact parents of children who may have been exposed to a case. This again highlights the absolute need for people, including children, to stay home if they are feeling unwell and to continue to follow all public health measures currently in place. I know this is a challenging time of year for many. In many ways, those in continuing care are particularly challenged right now. This week, I wrote letters to operators and families of residents, encouraging them to follow all the restrictions in place while acknowledging the impact of these restrictions on them. This includes the request that all designated family or support persons limit their presence on site as much as possible. If there are ways to care for mental and physical well-being and not entering the facility, please do so. I know this is a difficult time for those living and working in these facilities, and I hope all Albertans will show their kindness and support for those in continuing care. A letter, a card, or a call will go a long way. Finally, I want to also stress the importance of caring for your own mental health during this time of year. It's normal to feel increased levels of stress during the holiday season, and 2020 has been especially hard on all of us. If you are feeling sad, anxious, or upset, this is completely understandable and you are not alone in those feelings. Looking after our own and each other's mental health is just as important as washing hands regularly and staying home when sick. If you are struggling, remember that you are not alone. Confidential, non-judgmental support is available, even over the holidays. Alberta's Mental Health Helpline is available 24/7 and offers confidential support for mental health concerns. Alberta's Addiction Helpline is also available around the clock and offers confidential support for alcohol, tobacco, drugs, and problem gambling.
Take the ramp to Barefoot Trail north in 1.0 kilometers.
Children and youth, and the Kids Help Phone and Alberta Youth Mental Health Hub online are great tools. Please visit ahs.ca/help in tough times for these phone numbers for more information and for additional resources. And as a reminder, mental health services, including psychiatry, individual and group counseling services, residential addiction treatment, and mutual support groups are not restricted under our current public health
Turn right
orders.
onto Barefoot Trail
They
north
can
in
continue to operate
0.5
with the appropriate
kilometers.
safety protocols in place. We all need help sometimes. If you need any support for your mental or physical health, please do not hesitate to seek assistance. Every single Albertan has been impacted by this virus and is doing their best to get through. This has been an extraordinary year. So for the rest of 2020, let's all approach each other with extraordinary kindness. Thank you, and we'll be happy to take questions.
As a reminder to people, we have a lot of reporters in the queue today, so please limit yourself to one question and be brief. Operator, can you please put through the first caller?
Yes, the first caller is James.
Turn right onto Barefoot Trail north.
Hi there. I have a question about this COVID-19 variant. Is the province looking at any additional measures, such as mandatory testing for incoming travelers?
into place about 2 weeks ago, others about 10 days ago. We are starting to see again that layering on effect of these numbers starting to decline. However, we continue to have high case rates when compared to other provinces, and we need to stay the course. We need to make sure that these new measures put in place 10 days to 2 weeks ago get the full impact, that we are able to bring those numbers down so that we can lower the cases in hospital, as the Premier mentioned.
Operator, can you please put next caller?
Julia Wong, Global News.
Just a quick clarification. I believe this would be perhaps for the Premier or for the Health Minister, and then a question for Dr. Hinshaw. So the first clarification is, with the second batch of vaccines, will the province be able to move into phase 1B of vaccinations, which would include home care staff, emergency room staff, or will it be strictly used for ICU staff and respiratory therapists and long-term care workers? And for Dr. Hinshaw, we're 9 days before the end of the year. How will AHS be able to hire for 400 positions in 9 days?
Thank you for the question. The work that AHS has been doing to advertise positions, to recruit to them, to do interviews and vet appropriate candidates, all of that work has been ongoing with many, many people. And so it's important to know that we're not talking about within 9 days starting that whole recruitment process, but actually finishing the recruitment process for many who have come far along, who are appropriate, who have been screened, and we're not, and just now AHS is finishing up that hiring process. Now, I'll turn it over to Minister Chandra for the vaccine question.
Thanks, Julia. And maybe just to make sure I'm clear, you're wondering if about residents in long-term care, or just the workers in long-term care, and I guess just generally moving, if it's possible to move to phase B, and I guess prior to Group B in phase 1. We no, not with these numbers right now. With the doses, we're still focusing on the priority groups in Group A. At least until the end of January, even with these further numbers. But like a lot of it's going to depend on when other vaccines get approved by Health Canada, and when those manufacturers can provide those doses to Alberta, and how more quickly we can move to priority Group B as well as to phase 2 is going to depend on when we can get those other vaccines.
Operator, can you please put through the next caller?
Thank you. The next call is from Kevin Nimick, CTV Calgary.
Hi there, this question is for the Premier. Premier, you previously said the Arches supervised consumption site in Lethbridge was closed in part because of an investigation into unaccounted for funds. Today, Lethbridge Police said that $1.5 million in provincial funding was accounted for. So will the facility be reopened?
Well, we don't decide whether the facility is open or not. It's the federal government that grants licenses, but we decide what we fund. And the threshold for what we spend tax dollars on is a lot different than the threshold of a potential successful criminal conviction. I'll refer you back to the audit that was conducted, as well as the comments emanating from people in the Lethbridge community about the huge damage done to the local community by the presence of that center, the very many serious questions raised about its operations, its salaries, its expenses that came out of the audit, and other leaked documents that emanated from the center itself. So we have a responsibility to ensure the highest possible level of probity in the way that tax dollars are spent. So no, we have no intention. We think that the management lost public confidence, and certainly the confidence of government in the way it managed. As you know, we did establish a emergency mobile safe consumption site in downtown Lethbridge, and my understanding is that the number of opioid overdoses, of drug overdoses in Lethbridge declined from August to September after the suspension of funding for that particular site.
Operator, can you...
Okay, so
So we'll jump in here. We'll see if Jock Wilson is inclined to take any more of that. I think they're just winding down the question and answer portion of the press conference today. So we have the Premier and Health Minister on hand, as well as Dr. Dina Hinshaw. And just to recap some of what was announced, this change in the gathering restrictions that'll apply from December 23rd to 28th. So someone who lives alone would have the option of attending one Christmas event at a household during that time. So only one event. So if you live alone, there's a Christmas dinner happening somewhere that you would like to attend and they would like to have you, then you can do that. So that might mean, an adult child who lives alone could return home for Christmas dinner, or a friend who lives alone could be invited over for Christmas dinner, that sort of thing. And the household may host up to 2 single individuals from outside their household. So that'll apply from December 23rd to 28th. Recognizing there is some risk with that, but saying it'll make a world of difference for those who live alone. So that was announced by the Premier today, and you heard the Health Minister answer a question regarding vaccination. 25,000 additional doses of the Pfizer vaccine have arrived in Alberta, but they are still fulfilling what I guess is the phase 1A of the vaccination. So not yet ready to move to the next stage, but additional vaccinations will now be provided. And hopefully that Moderna approval is coming soon from Health Canada. That'll make a big difference. And the COVID numbers today, 1,021 new cases. So a lower number, certainly the lowest we've seen in a few weeks. Testing was down a little bit too, so a positivity rate of 7.2%. And that's down from where it's been in recent weeks too, so that's encouraging. Active cases now just under 19,000. So another drop in that front. Hospitalizations up, not significantly, I think up by about 7. 802 in hospital, 152 in intensive care, and 11 new deaths confirmed in the last 24 hours. So that'll do it for me here today. Jock Wilson is up next. The Drive here on 770 CHQR. My name is Rob Breckenridge. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12:30. Take care.
This Boxing Week, unwrap more with Rogers. Like more savings with all our best phones and accessories for $0 down with financing. Unwrap more time together when you order with Rogers Pro on the go for fast free delivery and setup as soon as today in select areas. And unwrap more cheer when you get a Rogers Infinite plan with no data overages on Canada's largest 5G network. Get everything on your wish list for your family or small business during the Wrapped in Red event. On now for a limited time at Rogers. Visit Rogers.com today.
Safeway makes feasting easy with our new 1 kilogram fresh turkey breast roast for $15.99, leaving lots of time for other essentials like caroling karaoke. Safeway, ingredients for the holidays. See flyer for details.
Ski Seller Snowboard does winter better than anybody because winter is all we do. Are you dreaming of a white Christmas? Well, the Seller's got everything you'll need to play in the snow, including a huge selection of the latest and greatest board and ski packages and all the cold weather clothes to enjoy the warmth of the holiday. And our exclusive junior ski and board packages also qualify for our 2-year trade-back program. Ride to SkiSellerSnowboard.com for your nearest location. May all your Christmases be white.
I've found the one. Now I've got to find the ring.
Find it at Spence. They custom make every ring.
Everyone says that.
But not like Spence. Choose Earthmined or artisan-created diamonds. Their cases are open, so you can choose from thousands of ring styles or design your own. So the only one to wear her ring is her.
Well,
and Spence has the financing to fit your budget. Now, what were you going to say?
I'm going to Spence.
Inspired by love, imagined by you, created by Spence.
Across from Chinook Center.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bell, I wonder where you're at.
Landing on Showcase January 17th.
The city needs a hero.
Get ready
It needs a Batwoman.
for a whole
I met the new girl.
new
She's gonna be a pencil.
Bat.
Time to be powerful.
Batwoman. New season Sunday, January 17th on Showcase. Also available through Stack TV.
Introducing Windsor Clean and Protect Plus Clean Care Water Softener Salt. The premium Windsor pellets you trust, now with Clean Care, to help keep your dishes sparkling clean, your skin feeling soft, and your appliances lasting longer. Windsor Clean and Protect Plus Clean Care, in the green bag.
Public health care matters to all of us, now more than ever. I'm Mike Parker, president of the Health Sciences Association of Alberta. I want to thank the thousands of dedicated healthcare professionals working through the holidays to keep people safe. From lab techs to respiratory therapists to paramedics and so many more, HSAA members are protecting Albertans, and public health care is saving lives. Please continue to do your part and keep your loved ones safe. From all of us at HSAA, thank you.
Experience.
Yep, it was on the top of our list when we were looking for a retirement residence for our mom.
And we found it at Prince of Peace.
It was comforting to know that everyone working there has up-to-date certification, plus their staff has won numerous awards.
What did it for us is that the team at Prince of Peace is educated on real-life concerns.
So they can adapt to our mom's needs as she gets older.
It really offers us that peace of mind knowing she's in great hands.
Visit Prince of Peace Retirement Community today, online at verveseniorliving.com.
Hey, it's Dana from Rangeland RV. I get that logistics aren't great, but nothing impresses more than putting an RV under your tree for Christmas. Why is an RV such a great gift? How else can you give the gift of summer fun, or the gift of adventures to still be had? And don't forget the gift of committing time to the people that mean the most to you. Visit Rangeland RV, put an RV under the tree, and give the gift of great memories for 2021.